there, I'm so glad you could join me today. I'm going to make a quick and simple card without a sentiment, just that I could use as a notelet for somebody, depending on what the circumstances are. So let me explain what I've got here. I've got 160 grams white card, which I'm going to use as my base. I have some card that I hand decorated by colouring wax crayon patterns and then dyeing that. There is a video on my channel that you could watch. I've taken some of this card and I've actually punched out some little shapes using a circle punch, and I've also punched out some little circles on a light pink card as well. And then I obviously have my strip of plain colour card. So what my intention is to do is just to do something very quick and very simple. I've put double-sided tape on the back of my card here, which makes it really nice and easy to stick down. Make sure your edges are rubbed down well. And I know we do like to put sentiments on card, and that's great if you actually have someone in mind when you're making the card. But so often I find that somebody's just fallen ill, or there's been a bereavement, or I don't know, something's happened, and you just want to write a little note and maybe just cook them a meal or something along those lines, and then you've got everything with sentiments on and nothing that's plain. So this one I thought, let me just do as plain as can be, and then I could use this quite easily. So I'm using my cutting mat as a way to line up my card. I want a little white edge here, so I'm just going to position my card there like that. Then I'm going to take a strip of my plain coloured card, and I'm sorry, I'm not one of those people who's precise and measures everything. I do what looks right, so forgive me. This is about 2.5 centimeters wide, and obviously the length of the card, which is about 15 centimeters. So a normal greeting card like this would be an A4 page that's been cut in half and then folded, so you've got A6. So now I'm going to just take my strip. I want a little bit of white on my left hand edge here, so I'm going to just place this so that it slightly overlaps my patterned paper and comes to the top. Now you'll see I've got a little bit that hangs over. I do sometimes cut things a little bit bigger if I'm not sure if I'm going to line them up correctly, and that you can just cut off with a pair of scissors. It's better than having a big gap. Excuse me. Now I have some of these little circles that I have punched out, and I've got double-sided tape on the back of these as well, and I'm just going to use these to accentuate the plain border that I have here. So I'm going to just put one at the top, and because sometimes you're not sure of your spacing, if it's going to be correct, don't start at the top and then start spacing them all the way down and then find you've got a big gap or you're short of space at the bottom. Rather start at the top and then do one at the bottom and work your way up top and bottom together, and that way if you've got a gap it's going to be in the center, and it's certainly going to look as though you've planned it that way. Okay, so I'm doing from the bottom, and now the next one I'm going to do up at the top. And I do find that it is worthwhile knowing how to do some really uncomplicated cards, because not everybody has a lot of equipment. I know when I was starting out, I didn't have embossing machines and all sorts of heat guns and things like that. I do now, but I didn't then, and it would have been very difficult to make a card. I would have been disheartened. Right, so there all I've done is just taken a few little circles, stuck them down the side, kept my card pretty plain, and if you wanted to, you could put some little jewels or some embellishments there. That's entirely up to you. But a very simple card that could be used just to write a note to somebody when the occasion arises. So I hope you've had fun watching this, and I will look forward to seeing you again soon, I hope. Bye for now.